Hello folks, Dick Fairburn here. I've been busy filming some videos today when some news broke an hour or two ago. Wayne LaPierre, the Executive Vice President of the National Rifle Association, has resigned, effective the end of January. If you are a life member, you know that you can give more money and buy higher levels of membership. Endowment, patron, and benefactor. Benefactor is the highest level of NRA membership. I have been an NRA benefactor member for several years. And it's kind of interesting when you read through the people who are nominated for the board of directors and you read through their credentials. It's surprising that a lot of times in several pages of names, only one or two of them will be a benefactor member. So these are the people running the organization, but they don't see fit to put their money where their mouth is. Now, I'm not saying they're bad people. Most of them are great people. It's just that I would think if you're going to be on the board of directors of an organization like the NRA, you would put more of yourself into it. Now, I think Wayne LaPierre has needed to go for a number of years. I'm not going to accuse him of any wrongdoing. I'm not going to say he's a bad person at all. But I just think those kind of positions in our society should be term limited. It's just not healthy for one person's vision to be in charge of an organization like that for such a long time. The NRA now, the board of directors now, has to look at choosing LaPierre's replacement. And this is crucial. The NRA is facing lawsuits, attacks from New York State. They have really fallen behind in the litigation to try to preserve our Second Amendment rights. We've seen some court cases that have almost guaranteed our Second Amendment rights will continue. But the other side is going to fight to the death to try to change that. They are flipping a finger at the Supreme Court every chance they get. And if they get a chance to change the Supreme Court and overturn those Second Amendment wins we've had, they will do so. So we are at a crucial point. And the biggest organization of all in the gun rights industry has always been the National Rifle Association. So I hope that the board of directors will reach out to people, quite frankly, like myself, who have invested money as well as time and effort into supporting the National Rifle Association. I went up and put on an NRA shirt for, I go to Friends of the NRA at least one banquet a year, because that's putting money into the kid programs to develop the shooters for the future. It's continuing our culture, and that has to be a primary reason for the NRA to exist. So to the board of directors, think long and hard before you pick a replacement for Wayne LaPierre. I would say it's time to take anyone who is a huge supporter of his and move them on. We need a clean break. We need a breath of fresh air to come into the NRA and turn the place upside down a little bit. First of all, you need to purge the bureaucracy of the NRA. It has become almost as bad as the federal bureaucracy. At one time, I had almost every police firearms instructor rating there was, rifle, pistol, shotgun, all of those. They had to be renewed every year. When I moved to a new job and became a police chief in a community in Wyoming, my mail got mixed up, and I realized that, I looked at my instructor card, wow, it's a week out of date. I didn't get the renewal notice. So I called them to try to renew. And I was informed that since I had missed it by a week, that all of my credentials were gone. And the only way to get them back would be to go to all those training sessions again. Which is ridiculous. I asked to talk to the supervisor and I was told, well, okay, but they're going to tell you the same thing. And they did. That rigid kind of bureaucracy, I'm not saying that Wayne LaPierre created it, but he didn't do anything to change it. That bureaucracy needs to change. They need to understand that they work for us, not the other way around. We need someone who will bring that climate, bring that attitude to the new executive vice president's job. NRA needs to divert its resources. We need to go on fundraising and prove to the members that we will put this money to good use and that we will take on the Second Amendment fight and put NRA back in the lead of these litigations that are out there that have to be stopped in California, New Jersey, New York, Illinois. These states have to be horsewhipped into understanding that they have to live by the same laws as everybody else. And Supreme Court ruling is law. The NRA needs to get the money coming in and put the money into the best lawyers that we can find to fight those fights. There are other gun rights organizations that have been picking up that. So I'm not saying that the NRA should replace them, but the NRA needs to join in with them and be at least an equal player and preferably take the lead, which we had for a number of years. We need to push education and mentoring. I mentioned the Friends of the NRA banquets. That raises money to go to 4-H shooting camps, high school trap leagues, youth shooting programs to build our climate that guns are good and guns have valid, legitimate uses. We need to mentor those kids and bring them along. The Olympic shooting program as well. The NRA has always been great at that. We need to be better at that. And then I think we need someone in there who is going to listen to the rank and file membership. I've seen Wayne LaPierre at several NRA conventions in very expensive suits surrounded by several large security guards. He does not want to be in contact with the membership of this organization. He created an elite board of directors that answered to him, that gave him what he wanted. And that is that power that builds when someone has been in a powerful position too long. It's human nature. So I'm not saying he's wrong, but it needs to change. And we need someone in there who is grassroots oriented, that will listen to the membership, find out what is important to them, just like I've said what's important to me. Change the bureaucracy. Raise money and divert as many resources as we can into the Second Amendment legal fight. Push education and mentoring and keep our culture alive. And then listen to the members and do what they want, because after all, we don't work for you, Wayne LaPierre, or your replacement. You work for us. So listen to us and take the organization where we want it to go. If I sound like I'm pissed, I am a little bit. I'm pissed that he wasn't gone a long time ago. And I have no harbor no ill will for the man. I'm not going to say he did anything wrong. He just needed to go. And now we need to get his culture out of the organization as well. Thank you for listening to me. I hope we see the NRA go to higher levels than we've ever seen it before. Thank you very much. Be safe out there.